Hey guys, so a long-term review of the Presto Eversharp professional knife sharpener. Okay, so I've had this for years. Okay, it's working great every time I need my knife sharpened, and if I don't feel like hand sharpening it, I just simply have this up and running and put all our knives under the different levels depending on how worn out the knife is. For the most part, you're only going to be using these two sharpeners, okay? This one is for very, very badly damaged knife that's super coarse. Maybe it's even chipped. So you want to have this grind off the chips. So like it might work, better for Japanese knives that are like very brittle on the edge, but very sharp. Unfortunately, if you chipped those Japanese knives, you might want to use this side to have a coarse grind off the chips, and then you go here and refine, further refine the grind. And very simple and easy to use, okay? This side, there's no adjustment. Basically, if you have a chip knife, you put it in here, two sides, you have the machine running, and then you just slowly go across on both sides. It only grinds one side at a time. So once you, inspect and the chip is off, you come here. Now, on this end, you have a thickness selector, okay? Depending on how thick your knife is, for the most part, if you don't have a cleaver, like very thick cleaver, if you look at the top, like this one is like very thick. So for those kind of thick knives, you'll want to use the thick setting. So it leaves more space for the knife to situate in here nicely, okay? And then you can kind of sharpen it when the thing starts to turn, okay? It's got a belt-driven motor, I believe. So if I turn this on, the inside is just gonna start spinning. And it drives all those sharpening stones inside. That's how it's gonna get sharpened. Again, this is very coarse. This is a kind of coarse grind, and this is like a fine grind. For the most part, for just a tune-up, you just want to use the wide side. And for my knives, that's probably what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to be using the wide side to tune up both of those knives, just a little bit. But again, all the sides, except this one over here, is adjustable depending on the thickness. So this knife, it's kind of got a medium thickness backbone. So like for this one, I'm probably going to be selecting medium. And for this one, it's kind of like a very thin chef's knife. It's thinner than the cleaver from the shrimp. This is a vegetable cleaver, so it's fairly thin as well. So medium to thin is all fine, okay? Really depends on how it feels in here. If it gets stuck, you might want to just bump it up to go to the thicker setting so you have more wiggle room in here, okay? All right, so let's just get started. So I'm gonna be using a medium setting. And again, it's a general setting. Depending on your knives, just give it a different try. Either way, it's gonna sharpen very, very fast. And what I usually do, get some water and just kind of like wet the knife a little bit. So I'm gonna start again just on the wide side to tune up the knife just a little bit. All right, so one side is done, looks beautiful, and now we do the other side. And you're pretty much done, okay? So that's how simple it is to use, like if you just need a tune-up. And I'm also gonna, tune up this shrimp vegetable cleaver. Exact same thing, I'm gonna wet the stone just a little bit. I'll wet the knife a little bit since I can't wet the stone. And I'm gonna turn it on, and again, I'm gonna use a medium setting. And just start, gentle and slow. So you can hear that it was not touching the bottom. So I'm gonna use a thick setting so it uses more space, so I can have more leverage, have the knife fully situated in there. All right, so this time it went over just fine. So the sharpening area is in the front, okay? It's not on the back. So you just rest the knife over there. You don't have to push it down. You just rest the knife there and kind of just, slide it back. So for some reason it's jumping on this one. I'm gonna try the thin setup, see what happens. The thin actually worked better for this knife. So really it just depends on the thickness, I guess, of the blade area. And again, like for this knife, interestingly, the thin setting actually worked the best. And you can see the edge is like very sharpened. So once you finish sharpening, of course, you just, rinse it off with warm water or just clean it with mild detergent, and your knife is ready to go. And it's gonna be very sharp. And that's pretty much what this machine do. If you have a very damaged knife, use a coarse, but we actually never use this side, okay? The most we used is over here on the medium setting, and then at the fine grind just to tune the knife up. And it has been holding up for years of use, okay? If you guys have any questions about the Presto Eversharp professional knife sharpener, automatic one, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to answer for you guys. So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.